Alright, coming up on Bristow, Virginia. Don't blink. Don't blink. Still got your eyes open? And we're out. There's something else I'm going to take you to that's right up here in one of the major battles of the Civil War. Battle of Bristow Station. And here's where it happened. Right here. I'm going to stop here. I got a couple more days before I head back overseas. And just doing some running around and chilling out. So let's go check this place out real quick. Okay, so there were two battles fought here. One in 1862 and the other in October after Gettysburg in the Battle of 1863. So I'm taking you up the hill here to the side of the 1863 battle where A.P. Hill was fighting some of Pope's regiments coming up the railroad tracks that I went over, and Lee was trying to reinforce A.P. Hill, and couldn't get the troops there quick enough. Okay, so damn son, I can't see a damn thing. Alright, so I am filming. I'll cut this out, maybe. So now we're standing with two brigades of North Carolina, and they had set up, A.P. Hill had 3 cannons set up on this hill. The tracks are just down below the houses right there as I was coming up this road right here. So Heath was in charge of those soldiers going down by the railroad tracks, or crossing the railroad tracks going that way back to Centerville and D.C. So A.P. Hill sent the North Carolinians on an attack, but what he didn't know was that there was a large Union force coming up the tracks that way. And basically, once when those soldiers got to the vicinity of the fighting, the troops of the North Carolina got bitch slapped all the way back up this hill. They almost took the cannons, but by that time night was falling, and Lee didn't get his army up here until late afternoon, early evening. By that time the fighting has pretty much stopped, and the Union Army left, kept going up the tracks towards Centerville, escaped. So you might want to call it a stalemate, but honestly it was probably a psychological Union victory. So this whole area through here and into that tree line down there was the Battle of Bristow Station of 1863. So now I'm going to take you somewhere else here that happened in 1861 prior to the battle a year later in 1862. This was the Bronner. This always used the Bronner farm right here on the battlefield. Actually, it was became a farm in 1870. And this is just a recent donation to the Civil War Historic Park, because the guy that bought this land from the farmer built this subdivision over there and found out that he bought a Civil War battlefield also. So he donated all this land and didn't build any houses on it. Okay, so now I'm walking the trail. Am I even filming? Yes, I am. Of the area. Walk around the shade here. It's hot back here. I didn't think it would get this warm. Anyway, I screwed up. It wasn't the Union general that was down, was Gouverneur Warren, not Heath like I thought. So I messed up, so I'm correcting it. And Warren was the one that convinced Meade to get cannons up on Little Round Top during the Battle of Gettysburg. So he was leading troops back to Centerville down the down the train tracks that I showed you earlier, but now I'm walking the 1861 trail. And what this is was found during the rezoning when the guy bought the land here. And after the Battle of First Manassas, there was troops camped out here, going back to the train. There used to be a big train station there, to hop on the train to go to other parts as per directed by Joseph Johnston. And a lot of them died here, not because of any wounds or battle scars or anything like that, but from disease, especially hepatitis and cholera and things like that. So supposedly there's a cemetery back here. We're gonna go find it. And that's all I need is for some frickin' snake to come out. Be the size of a worm and I'll be screaming like a woman. Anyway. Yeah, so I guess luckily they preserved all this area, and the man nice enough to donate it. I don't know how far back this thing is, or even if I'm going on the right trail. Let's go back here a little bit further to see if I can find it. Well, I guess I'm right, or getting there. About 10 minutes ago, since I paused the video, and I'm out in BFE. Now, there's nothing around. All right, the cemeteries. Here we are. Well, not here yet, but apparently this is from the 1st Alabama. Alabama soldiers were buried back here, and the graves were found by federal soldiers, Union soldiers coming through the area, and there were just piles of stones, and they were dug up and reburied by the Union. Which way do I go? I guess maybe this way. Well, if I don't make it out, it was nice knowing you all. Alright, let me see if I can find it down this way now. Alright, I found it. I don't know how the Union soldiers found this. I'm not sure what the landscape was like. If this was all open field or anything like that, or is it wooded like it is now? "82 men are buried here. 41 are still needing to be identified." I don't know if you're allowed to walk back in here. And since I don't know, I'm not going to. But I think that's a marker right here. Yeah, I don't want to sit there and trample on anything that I'm not supposed to, so I'm not going to walk back in here, but here it is. Wow. Alright, let's see what else I can find here. Okay, so the park ranger just came back in here and said I can walk in here, but how to identify where you can and where you shouldn't walk is besides the marker that's here. You can see like the indentations, because these are just recently, probably within the last year or so, dug up for soldier identifications. So here's an indentation. All those little brown spots right there are burials. All back through here. All those areas. This has all been dug up for identification of them. So I'm not sure if they're a mass graves or individuals, but either way, that's what he told me to look out for, and trying to step in it, which I won't. And anywho, all right, let's take the long walk back to the car. See if there's anything else I can find for you on the way home. So during late 1863 and beyond to the end of the Civil War, when basically Confederates were pushed out of this area, the Pennsylvania Corps mostly took up winter quarters here, and this is kind of what they would live in, 4 to 8 soldiers per hut like this, when they were stationed for the winter and basically there was no fighting going on. So that's what, according to that little plaque, said. It's tiny. I'm not sure if this video does it justice, but it is small. I don't know how you're going to fit 8 in there, but I can see 4, and that's still going to be tight.